Is the Dave Ramsey way the right way? That's what I want to talk about, so let's chat, y'all. So, hope everybody's doing well. I'm on a short little walk here before I go into work. I haven't had a chance to work out this morning. Frankly, I was supposed to wake up earlier. I was a little tired, so unfortunately I skipped that part. So I'm here getting a little walk in before I head into the office. Had a little extra time, so I figured I would chat with you. I'm still trying to figure out how often I want to post on this journey, right? And how I'm going to track my actual progress to reaching 1 billion. So first and foremost, let's talk about the topic I have for today, which is the Dave Ramsey way the right way? And so what do I mean by that, right? And so it kind of starts with the fact that, hey, Justin, again, where have you been? So again, I've been doing a lot of work, been over on Facebook, but it's been a lot of focus on just trying to make sure that the finances for myself, for the business, for my family are as they should be. So part of that was doing some learning. So I did a lot of learning, watched a lot of Dave Ramsey, and so, did a lot of talks and on budgeting with the missus and things of that nature, and how that worked out is a whole other story. Okay, but ultimately it comes down to just trying to make sure things are stable and make sure that I have money to help the family, but also have money for business, to run ads, to hire people, to get the right tools, the right structure, and those things in place. And so what does that mean for this channel, what I'm talking about? Again, this channel is about us just making good decisions, about us building, right? And so building comes in many different ways. Building comes with business, building comes with life, building comes with your finances, your relationships. There's many different ways to build. And so don't think that I'm always be talking about business or just motivation. Again, part of it is just the whole encompassing life. So part of it, you can't have a business if you don't have a good structure. And so again, is the Dave Ramsey way right? And so I want to just throw a different perspective at you, because again, as you get out here and all these marketers are doing all these amazing shiny things, they got the nice cars. Again, that's not me, not there yet. Some point I will, but I think I would still drive around the car that I have for a little bit just to mess with people. But as y'all get out there, Dave Ramsey has this thing about making sure that you're purchasing things with cash, right? So making sure you're not in debt. So that's a whole other conversation. I think I'll get on that. But right now, what I'm trying to get at is purchasing with cars, purchasing with cash, right? Because you actually own it. And so many of you, and many of us, myself included, always grew up looking at what other people had. And so whenever I saw a nice fancy car, like something that was really nice, like for me, it was like, oh, I gotta have that. I gotta own that. Like that person must have made it. But in reality, as I get out here in business and I'm really seeing how people are doing, how well people are doing, and how much money they're actually making, some of those shiny things aren't really true. Because a lot of times people would purchase things with debt, right? That's the Dave Ramsey way, is to avoid debt. And so it creates this illusion that we feel like we have to keep up with and catch up to. And what I want to shift your mind on is what that illusion really means for you. It means you're striving to catch up with somebody who you've already caught. Now, I really thought about this, and it comes down to the perspective of a car, right? So if you didn't know, which you probably didn't, a couple Black Fridays ago, I went and purchased a Ford Edge. It was used, but pretty nice and new. So, I was excited. Black Friday deal, signed the line, got the monthly payment I wanted. Great. But then something hit me, and I started watching Dave Ramsey, and I immediately got buyer's remorse, right? And so I was like, all right, well, I got this huge bill. Like, Dave Ramsey is saying that's the wrong thing to do, and so what should I do? So, what I ended up doing is actually getting rid of that. Well, my wife has the car now. She was leasing a car. She got rid of that. So we pretty much consolidated into one car, and instead went and bought this other car with cash, right? And it was such a humbling and frustrating and saddening experience, because I was essentially like, all right, well, I gotta help people and show that I'm successful and doing all this stuff, but yet I'm driving around this bucket car. But so that's how I felt at first, but that was the illusion that I've been fed into for years, right? That one, my success is tied into the car. It has nothing to do with the car. The car is just a nice function of me being successful, but it's not the emblem of success. So that's the one thing. So remember that. But two, it's the fact that I think just because people have a nice car that they're successful. In reality, people have a nice car just probably means they have a bill. And ultimately, when I do the math, right? So when you do the math, this is what amazed me. This is blew it all away. That my car and my net worth is actually higher with the beater than my net worth would have been when I had the car with the bill. My car is actually worth more than some of these nice shiny cars out here on the street. Okay, again, I don't know license plate, whatnot, but it's actually nicer than some of these nice shiny cars I see out here as I was walking. See, if you must know what I'm driving, just real quick. See, again, this journey to a billion thing, like this is real. So this is my car. It's a 2005 Honda Civic. It's old. I bought it with 100,000 miles on it, cash. But you know what's cool? Is that when somebody else tries to sell their car, they end up having to go more into debt, or they have to pay the debtor, or pay the bank money just to sell their car, right? Because they're underwater. And so what does that mean? That means for them to sell their car, they have to pay to sell their car. I don't have to pay to sell my car. My car is actually worth more than most of these shiny cars on the street. I don't say most, but I don't know everybody's situation. Some people may have made a smart decision. But my car is worth more than what a lot of people have out here. Because if they go to sell their car, it's underwater. So therefore they have to pay to sell their own car. So they end up having to go more into debt in order to get rid of it. I can just ditch mine. I paid for it. It's cash. I can be done with it. I don't have to pay anybody to get my title. My title was in my name. I own it. I have it. So that shift is that it was so exhilarating. Now, do I still want to drive that car around forever? No, I want a car with a nice sound system. I already know my dream cars and all that stuff. But it just made me more comfortable with where I was. And so I want you to get more comfortable with where you are. I want you to have more appreciation for what you're doing. I want you to worry about trying to have the status symbol thinking that's what you're supposed to have. Focus on where you're supposed to be. The Dave Ramsey Way is about owning. It's about ownership. And so building and New Future Builder is about ownership. That's what it comes down to. Owning you, owning your life, owning your status, owning your confidence and what you do and your dream and your goals. Own it. So that's what it's all about. So that's what I'm talking about, the Dave Ramsey Way. It's about owning it and understanding that where you are or where you're supposed to be is legit, like it's real. That's what I got for today. So if y'all like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Make sure you share this with a friend, family member, or a foe. And as usual, treat each day as a building block to a better future. Peace.